Hello, my wonderful people. Welcome back to the news. The Labour Party has faulted the Nobel laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka's comment accusing the party of attempting to deceive Nigerians into believing that its presidential candidate Peter Obi won the February 25th election. On Wednesday, Soyinka reportedly said the Labour Party knew that Obi came third in the keenly contested poll but kept playing garbage to force a lie on Nigerians, especially the youthful population. But in a statement on Thursday, the Labour Party National Publicity Secretary, Obiora Ifo, accused the Nobel laureate of exhibiting dual character. He said that Soyinka's comment was not expected of someone who is highly revered as a statesman. Yes, my country people, for someone like Wole Soyinka, he wasn't expected to make such a statement, but he did. And the Labour Party now has fumed over this issue, and they have really frowned at this because they were not expecting this from Mr. Wole Soyinka, from Professor Wole Soyinka. Now, in a press release from the Labour Party, the Soyinka's statesman, not double-faced, but blind to the truth, not blind to the truth. The Labour Party has taken note of the statement made by Wole Soyinka, and they have made it known that yes, Soyinka resides in Lagos State and he is a Nigerian, and I beg your pardon, he was in Nigeria on February 25th when the elections were held in Nigeria, and he probably watched with glee when a certain individual in Lagos warned non-indigenes to vote for a particular political party or risks being deported to their place of birth, and he never condemned it. He was there where ballot boxes were snatched by thugs in polling units right in front of his house. He did not condemn it. And we are still looking for where he came out to condemn the unprovoked attacks on the Labour Party supporters in Lagos by members of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) during the elections. Now, the Labour Party took note of the statement that emanated from the Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, who has an institution we have the utmost respect for. He is a Nigerian whose accomplishment in the literary world is without doubt intimidating. However, we beg to disagree with his statements, his personal options on the performance of the Labour Party during the 2023 general elections. The facts are before the courts, and out of respect of our judiciary, we will reserve our comments until the Supreme Court makes a final pronouncement. We understand that the literary giant is human and thus has emotions, but then he said what he said is based on the information made available to him by those who share the Emiloko sentiment. Well, my country people, in Yoruba, Gabuji refers to a fraudulent activities, and now it literally means a slap in the face. So, according to the Labour Party, it seems that Professor Wole Soyinka is going ahead with the Emiloko sentiment for him to have made such a statement. Now, the Labour Party leadership has reprimanded Wole Soyinka for alleging that the party is trying to deceive Nigerians by claiming their presidential candidate Peter Obi won the highly disputed February 25th election. And yes, in a press release titled Soyinka's statesmen are not two-faced and are not obvious to the truth, Ifo went on to express disbelief that the playwright could fall victim to the groupthink syndrome driven by primitive considerations. Well, he said Professor Wole Soyinka, who is a renowned Nigerian figure, he has made achievable and remarkable success, but the statements he made concerning the Labour Party is way out of point. Well, my country people, we can recall that Professor Wole Soyinka had made a very disturbing comment on the Labour Party and its presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, on the 2023 presidential election, where he said that Peter Obi came third in the elections and not even second. But the Labour Party, they are quite aware of this. In fact, they are fully aware of this fact, but yet they are trying to deny as if they don't know that Peter Obi lost at the elections. So why are they just, forming all this, going to the Supreme Court, trying to see if they would win? Meanwhile, they are fully aware that they did not win this election, and their candidate Obi even came out third in the election. So why stressing themselves, or why stressing the party on this particular issue? And I tell you that the Labour Party, they are not finding this statement from Professor Wole Soyinka really funny at all. For him to have made this statement, they say, oh, it seems that Professor Wole Soyinka is now a sympathizer of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Where was he when there were several threats and intimidations on the Labour Party supporters in Lagos, when they were threatened by some certain group of people that if they are not going to vote the ruling of Progressive Congress, then they should be ready to be sent packing to their state of origins, to their state of birth. Where was Wole Soyinka? Even right at his own, as in the front of his house, within his premises during elections, polling units when ballot boxes were snatched, he said nothing about this. Well, my country people, Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the ruling All Progressive Congress was declared the winner of the election by the Independent National Electoral Commission. And we know that Obi and the Labour Party with the PDP and its candidates Atiku Abubakar, even the Aligned People's Movement, that's the APM, had challenged the election of Tinubu at the Presidential Election Petition Court, but the tribunal dismissed their petitions, describing them as lacking merit. But then Soyinka said that with all this going on, the Labour Party are quite aware that they lost at the elections, yet they are trying to make it look as if their presidential candidates or their flag bearer won the election. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.